What is up, YouTube? It's your guy, Red Chaos One, the YouTube Pope himself, and I have returned once more to bring you great web fiction content. Now, I know this is different from my usual videos, the usual web novel focused ones, but I thought, hey, webtoons fall under web fiction, so I can also cover them. And I decided, why not? Though I will still state that web novels are still the primary content of my channel. So, let me tell you a tale of a webtoon that ascended above this mortal plane, and one that punched the face of God himself. This is a tale of God of Highschool. But before we continue, the usual. I'm gonna ask if you can leave a comment at the end of this video in the comments below on what you thought about the video, any criticism, anything, or any ideas of what you would like me to do in future, any requests. I am happy to do those. Also, you can leave a like. It helps build up the channel. You can even share this video to other people. It really helps build the channel up, and I very much appreciate it. And if you aren't subscribed, I would very much like it if you did, because YouTube does not help the algorithm. It's always not going to be helpful if the people watching your video aren't subscribed to it. So yeah, that would very much help the channel. And now I am going to mention the sponsor of this video, which is my book, Phantom Ddraig. Because no, I don't think anyone is going to sponsor this dumbass video. So yeah, Phantom Ddraig, my web novel. That's right, I do in fact have a web novel. I do write web fiction. It is an action high fantasy book. I hope you enjoy that type of thing, and if you do, you will find the links to it in the description below. It is a action high fantasy book, like I said, and I have posted it on 3 web fiction platforms, mainly Wattpad, RoyalRoad, and ScribbleHub. So if you're interested, you can check it out. Now, let's get on with the rest. In the Korean city of Seoul, in the year of our Lord, December 2011, 1981, our author Park Yo-jae came into the world. The young Park grew up playing popular fighting games like Tekken, The King of Fighters, and Street Fighter, works which, according to him, influenced the works that he would come to light later on. And before he got there, he graduated from the Korean National University of Arts Department of Animation before working on his first webtoon called Sesen Nom that ran from 2008 to 2011. God of Highschool itself was first released back in April 2011, and from there it would begin its meteoric rise. Many fans and critics loved the fluid, imaginative action fights that Park could draw well, the fun characters with interesting personalities, even though the main character, Mori Jin, caught some flack for his kind of blandness in some of the earlier chapters, but I promise you he gets better and way more likable as it goes on. And the fun setting, which is extremely unique as far as most of the stuff that you will find on web fiction platforms. And the setting goes as follows. Long ago, humans, monsters, and gods lived together on Earth. After being suppressed by the monsters for ages, the chieftainess of the human clan, named Ungeo asked the gods to lend them their power. This was how power borrowing was born. However, this initial method of power borrowing had noticeable drawbacks and was eventually destroyed by Hwang, leading to the gods placing a restriction, aka a taboo, on humans. This taboo prevented humans from attacking gods and acts as a method of keeping humans in check by stopping them from becoming too powerful. Now, just to show you how big God of High School had become at this point, it was one of the first webtoons to receive an English translation when the webtoon app was launched in July 2014. And in 2015, the very next year, a mobile game version of it was released by a South Korean game company. Following this, the game's soundtrack, sung by Yohu Yonha, was also featured on YouTube in 2016, and it has garnered millions of views. With currently 513 chapters in the story at the time of recording, it has a wide amount of characters, story arcs, and amazing fights that are bound to keep anyone entertained if you're willing to accept the story for what it is, which is, a fun, dumb action martial arts series. For the longest time, God of High School fans wondered when their favorite show would get an anime adaptation. And in October 2019, MAPPA, the studio responsible for Banana Fish, Dorohedoro, and the final season of Attack on Titan, answered. And in July 2020, the anime was released, covering the first 66 chapters of the webtoon, covering the early tournament arc that has this premise: a fighting tournament to seek out for the best fighter among all high school students in Korea. Mori Jin, a Taekwondo specialist and a high school student, soon learns that there is something much greater beneath the stage of the tournament. This is an arc that brings Park's amazing fights to the fast-paced world of animation, and it has some of the best action fights of 2020. And that's before we even get into the super crazy god fights that I guarantee you are going to come in future seasons due to where the chapters have gone. The release of this anime further increased the webtoon's popularity, and to a lot of anime fans and critics, they loved it. Though not everyone loved it, it has flaws, like how the webtoon has flaws, but it was generally well received. And I hope that this will further increase the popularity of webtoons and cast more of the light on web fiction in general, not just in the East, but in the West as well. So yeah, that was all I had to say on God of High School. I hope this video has been informative. I will maybe go into more in depth about it one day, but this is just generalization from me. So this has been Red Chaos 1, signing off.